Hello, everybody. Welcome to Drive Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the Drive Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and over at Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show here for today. All right, with us today is we got Tony Brown, Zawacky, and Ninos are going to sign in a little later. We got Alex Smart and Shane Mickle. Here's the lineup, how the lineup for this evening: Smart, Brown, Ninos, Mickle, Zawacky, and then I will close this one out. All right, as you know, Chris is now on mornings, and I'll be flying solo here on the drive-thru, so make sure we appreciate your support here on the show. Those likes, those thumbs up really help us out. Let's get the show underway. Let's go ahead and welcome Alex Smart to the drive-thru. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs, where he does fantastic work on a pretty good run right now. Let's bring Alex in right now. Alex, what's happening?
Hey, Tony, how's everything? We're going to make some money with NBA.
All right, NBA for tonight. That's right, at 9 Eastern Time over on TNT. Mavericks here to host the Warriors. Mavericks up to 1.5, total 215.5.
Wow. All I can say is Golden State's brought their A game, and Curry's brought his A game. I'm sure he doesn't have a lot of years left to grab a championship ring. So, he's revved up, especially after those couple of down seasons. And I'll tell you right now, Dallas, very good team. They're still the core of that team is young enough for them to have a chance in the future. But this is Golden State's. The core of this team. This is pretty well their last chance at romance, and you can see the way they're playing. Curry's at the top of his game, and that zone defense seems to be really giving Dallas a lot of problems. And that constant movement on offense is also giving them problems now because they're getting exhausted. They played the maximum amount of games pretty well all the way through these playoffs, and you can see it. Their legs are light, and that's what I see going forward tonight. There's just too much energy on the Golden State Warriors side, too much motivation, and now a lot of momentum, and there's blood in the water for a championship or previous championship team with a lot of experience, and I don't think they just let this pass. I just think they're going to grab a win here this evening.
Yeah, all right, so we got Alex here on the Warriors plus 1.5 here against the Dallas Mavericks. We're not seeing a whole lot of breaks between these games. It's like one after, 1 day rest in a game, 1 day rest in a game. We're seeing that we're not seeing that a few days off like we had in the past. And, the Warriors were in this similar spot here. Of course, the Western Conference Final, as you may look, is a different animal here, right? Because you are that close to a championship. The first two rounds, we'll say, they had a shot to close out the Pelicans on the road, the Memphis Grizzlies on the road. They didn't do it. They had to win at home. They had a shot to close out Denver on the road. They didn't do it. They did it at home. So how do you answer that one?
Yeah, I just from a historical standpoint, I'm just looking at this. This was a tough game to look at, and this was going to end up being a premium selection. But I'm going to give Dallas enough enough respect here to just sort of pass, and we'll make this a half-unit wager for everybody. But it's interesting to note, teams that are down 0-3 in the NBA playoffs, going into Game 4 are 20-30 and 3 ATS long-term, and they're just 14-39 SU. And that's since 2005. So, from a historical standpoint, Warriors.
All right. We got Alex on the Warriors here, plus 1.5 on an underdog world here against the Dallas Mavericks. This one will have a start time here of 9 p.m. Eastern Time. The NBA is on TNT. The hockey is on ESPN tonight. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Spring, where you're putting up some great numbers here the last 7 days. 302 units of profit. Still a full board of baseball to go here. 15 games on the card as we get some games here starting at the bottom of the hour. We got that the NBA as well as 2 on the ice. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, I passed on the playoffs, all playoff action tonight, both from the NHL and the NBA. I've got this free selection for everybody. Still a viable selection, so play it. And but we're just going to cut our wager in half here. Usually I don't recommend that, by the way. It's a long-term, consistent 1% of our bankroll. I know that not everyone's going to use that, but anyway, just 1%. That's the way I use, maybe for bigger bankroll players. Anyway, I'll have to go into that another time. We've discussed this before. Anyway, make a long story short, I've got 3 NBA I've got 3 Major League Baseball selections on this evening, all money lines, and lots of value on board for anybody that wants to join me.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Alex Mott over at Pick Dogs Premium. See numbers: 302 units of profit last 7 days. A triple play. Alex takes his best bets here from baseball, puts them together in a 3-pack, affordably priced $39.95. Or if you select, you can go long-term with Alex because he has a 3, 7, and 3rd-day all-sports pass. You get all of his plays here for that period of time you select when you go to his handicapper page and make that purchase. Let's say you get that 1-month pass. You get 1 month of baseball, 1 month of NBA. It'll take you through the remainder of the NBA playoffs. Of course, the month of NHL will take you right into halfway through the NHL Stanley Cup Finals there. So 1 month pass is the way to go. And of course, any other sports in between. I heard that Canadian football is already getting close to the preseason. Alex, you're going to be a player in this market this year?
You know, this is a funny market. I'll tell you, I'll be really quick about it if I can. But it's a very funny market because of the way everything was last season. And because of COVID, obviously, but now we have to really pay attention. So I'm going to, if I do get involved, it won't be until week 3 or 4, for sure.
Okay, there you go. You got that from Alex. So 1 month all sports pass, your best value there over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion, even greater value there. All right, Alex, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again in a couple days.
Take care. Thanks, Tom.
You got it. Alex Hart here on the Drive to. Let's continue our coverage, guys. Reminder, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. Of course, it all gets started every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. It's the morning show. Of course, we started off with Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Then the morning show with Mitch, Chris, and Brian Bittler. So make sure you tune into that. We have a couple of shows preceding our show. We have the soccer show there with Goran. And of course, we got Mitch's betting tools show where he formulates picks from his betting tools pages on Sports Chat and over at Pick Dog. So make sure you tune in that. Of course, then we're here with the drive-through Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Those likes, those thumbs up, we greatly appreciate it, guys. It really helps us build up our audience. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Let's take a look at who's up next. We're going over to Las Vegas, Nevada, where it is getting hot now. We're in the 90s now in Vegas. And it's Tony Brown who's been red hot on the ice. So he's going to have a hockey pick for us. Let's bring him in right now. Tony Brown, how's it going?
What's going on, Tone? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Doing great. As long as we stay in the 80s and you're in the 90s, we're all right over here.
Right, man. Scorching out here, and it's only the 90s. It's going to get to the 1+.
Oh, yep. We're getting that time of the year in Vegas. All right, here we go. Tony, this is a good one here on the NHL on ESPN tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We have the Rangers here to host the Hurricanes. 110 on both sides now. We've seen some Hurricane money come in here the past hour, total 5.5.
Yeah, it's basically a pick. I have definitely a premium pick on this game. It's a 10-star premium pick. I've been lighting up hockey. I think we're going to keep on rolling with this pick tonight. And my free play on this game is going to be the total. Looked at the total. I was going to make that one a premium as well, but I didn't want to be too greedy, and I thought I'd offer it to you guys for absolutely free. And it's simple for this one. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. All 3 of these games in this series have cashed the under. We haven't even seen 4 goals. There's been 9 goals total between both teams in 3 games combined, including a shutout. Goals have been very few and far between, and I think the same tonight. These guys should be household names, except their names are too hard. I don't even want to butcher to say Igor and Antti, the 2 goalies for the respective teams, the Hurricanes and the Rangers. And these guys have been standing on their head. Like I said, 9 goals given up in 3 games, including a shutout for Carolina in one of the games. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. 6 goals to beat us tonight will be a chore. I think goals are going to come few and far between, and I'm going to take the under. And, of course, you know me, I'm going to buy the hook and buy it up to 6. So that way, if it ends at 6, we get that push, and it's really going to take 7 goals to beat us now.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen these totals in this series like we saw back in the Kings days with those 4.5s, right? Remember those 4.5s? And so we're still in the 5.5. I think this is a bargain, as you said here, at 5.5, even bind it to 6, as you said. I mean, this is what you'd expect, right? You got the number 1 scoring defense facing the number 2 scoring defense. And when you look at Carolina defensively, 1 in scoring defense, 1 in shots allowed, 1 in penalty kill. And Rangers top 10 in those categories as well. That's what you expect, right? We got 2 best defensive teams going head to head.
Right, and now as you can see, Carolina's 0 for 7 with the man advantage on the penalty kill. They still haven't even scored, and not to mention they haven't won on the road. Their offense does not show up on the road. I'm not talking about against series. I mean in the playoffs. They won all their home games, and they're still winless on the the road. Like their offense isn't showing up on the road. They have great defense, and that's just the perfect spell for an under. Like I said, the goals will be few and far between. Now they're going to need 7 to beat us when we buy the hook. I'm not buying it.
Yeah, they've scored no greater than 2 goals on the road. That's the Carolina Hurricanes this year. And in this series, it's been pretty ugly here. One here in that first series. But both teams struggling here to score goals. As you know, it's been under every game in this series. Under total of 5.5 goals. This one will have a start time 7 p.m. Eastern time. The hockey's on ESPN. The basketball's on TNT. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs for tonight. We're putting up some monster numbers here in NHL. 2,104 units of profit in the NHL. That is all documented. You can verify these numbers by going to Tony's profile page, going down to the pick history. Tony Brown's records are right there. You can check them out for yourself. They're graded immediately. Also showing great profit here last 30 days, last 7 days, yesterday. All right, good card from baseball, all 15 teams in action. We got still 2 in action from hockey, 1 from NBA. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
We have a big day today. We have a Tuesday triple play in the MLB. You get all 3 of my MLB laser locks on one card for one low price with the MLB Tuesday triple play. And then, of course, I have my NHL 10-star premium pick in the NHL, and I have a 10-star premium pick in the NBA playoffs. You can get all 5 of those games with my fadeaway and really blow your bookie away.
Yeah, blow your book away here with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs Premium. As you can see, the numbers here performing great here in NHL as well as over the past 30 days and 7 days with big numbers up there. Tony Brown and MLB Tuesday Triple Play is 3 best bets here for Major League Baseball in a 3-pack affordably priced. He also offers these plays play individually here with a Tuesday Tap Out. You get his 3-pack plus 2 plays, which would be his NBA and NHL best bets. So you can go for only $5 more. You should just get the Tuesday 50-star tap out. That's the best value there. Or if you can go, if you prefer the long-term passes, are great values here with Tony Brown. A 3, a 7, or a third day all sports pass should get you all of his premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go to his profile page and make that purchase, 30 days of baseball, he's in action in NHL as well as NBA. So get on board with that. And of course, Tony Brown, we're in this year round, and there are people out there in this year round as well. You're doing the year round. They can save a lot of money on your 1-year pass when they go that route.
Yeah, it's the best way to go. The passes aren't that expensive as they are, but when you buy them individually and start buying these plays individually, it can add up to a little bit of money. When you get the 1-year pass, you get my baseball pass, my hockey pass, my MLB pass. Every single play that I release from every single sport, the playoffs and the championship picks included, for a whole 365 days of play. It's a VIP year pass. And just my hockey right now, like I said, all of our plays are documented, rated, timestamped. Just the hockey profits alone would have paid for the pass, and now you have a whole season of everything else. Just this week alone, we had a great week. That would have paid for half the pass, and now you have a whole year of plays. It only makes sense. If you're serious about making money, betting sports, you can't afford not to grab that pass.
Yeah, get that pass, 1-year pass right there from Pick Dogs from Tony Brown, 1 year of his VIP all sports passes. It amounts to like a good value there when you do the math here, about $110 for $115 for a month there. That's really good price. And when you do the math here, it's really good value per day. It's dollars per day, so a good time to get on board with that as well. Add a second capper with the 2-for-1 cap promotion with any of those long-term passes, even greater value there. All right, Tony, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again in a couple days.
Awesome, man. Always good to be here, and I'll see you guys in a few.
See you in a few. Tony Brown here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue on our coverage here. Tony T here. Of course, Chris now moves to the morning show, so tune in 10 a.m. Eastern Time every day. Mitch, Brian Biller, and Chris Ruffalo with the morning show. Let's continue on here. And now I see that he did log in, and we got both Rod and we have El Ninos logged in. So we're going to go ahead now and remain in order here and bring in El Ninos to the show. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs, where he's doing great work. Fantastic numbers in NHL as well this season. Let's go ahead and bring him in right now. We got El ready to go. El, what's happening?
Hey, going pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great. All right, here we go. We're going to the Major League Baseball here. In about 20 minutes, we have the Rays here to host the Marlins. The Rays are $1.55, total 6.5. You're going to look at this one a little differently.
Yes, I will. There's a lot of ways you could look at this game. I mean, it's a very interesting matchup. The Rays have been the better team, obviously, this season. They do have the better lineup, but the Marlins do have some good hitters as well. And, of course, the most interesting part of this matchup is the pitching matchup. You could try to take a look at the under, which is one of the looks I was trying to look at, first 5 under, but that is a little low. So the way I would rather look at it is look at these Marlins in the first 5 innings, but with that half run.
All right, so El Ninos here is coming in here with the first 5 here on the Marlins, plus half a run here. First 5, minus 115 against the Rays. So it's 0-0, 1-1 after 5. You win because you got that plus half run in your pocket here. And a good point you bring there, because Pablo Lopez has been pretty much a stud. And it could be 0-0. It could be 1-1 after 5.
Yeah, it should be a low-scoring game, but, if they each get a couple, then we're still alive. I mean, I'm just hoping, as I said, Lopez has been great. I'm just hoping he goes through this lineup pretty fast a couple times, and that should be good enough for us.
Lopez ERA 1.57, whip of a .91, a strikeout rate of 27%, good control. One thing you like here is he's good under pressure. 84% strand rate. That's how many people are left on base. 84% of his base runners, so not a lot of them get to home when he puts up a base runner here. And there you go with the play from El Ninos here. Miami Marlins plus half a run, first 5 at minus 115 against the Rays. This one will have a start time of 6:40 Eastern time over on MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs here for tonight's action. Of course, you're doing fantastic work here in the NHL. 2,844 units of profit. That's monster results here from El Ninos over at Pick Dogs. Again, this can be verified by going over to his handicapper page and looking at the pick history. They're all documented. Also showing profit in MLB as well. So here we go, El. A big card of 15 games on the board from MLB. We got those 2 on the ice, 1 from NBA. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Got my 3-pack with my best bet in each sport, and I also have a 3-pack in the MLB. So best way to go is always getting one of those long-term passes, especially right now with all these sports and all this baseball every day. It's a good time to get one of those long-term or 2-for-1 capper specials.
That's right. So I get long-term with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers there have been fantastic. He puts together his Tuesday triple. If you want to try him out with a 1-day pass, he has an NBA, MLB, NHL Tuesday triple. Takes his best bet from each of the sports, puts them together in a 3-pack, very affordably priced at $40. You can buy these plays individually as well, or if you prefer, sample out El Ninos for a week. You can do that as with his 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. You can choose the 7-day pass. All of his plays here for 7 days. You get your NBA, you get your NHL, MLB, or the 3-day pass as well. The long-term pass for 30 days is your best value there over at Pick Dogs Premium. When you get Al's 30-day all sports pass, all of his premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go over to his handicapper page and you make that purchase, you can add a second capper with the 2-for-1 capper promotion that we have running. Even greater value there. All right, Al, as always, great having your show. Continue the success, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Tony. Have a good one.
You got an El Ninos here on the drive, too. Let's continue here on the show, guys. Reminder here. Oh, bring El Ninos. We just had him on here. All right, let's continue here on the show. Joined here by myself. I thought I was here. Let's see. I think I hit the pick button. That's what I did. Here we go. Did I hit the right one? You know what I did? I think I hit the wrong deal here. Let me go over here. Wait a minute. I still have El Ninos here. All right, let's continue on here with the drive-through. We're going to go ahead and bring in Shane Mickle, even though we have Al on the screen, but I think I can get Al off the screen when I go into the two-camera feed here. What is this? What is going on here with El Ninos' feed? This is insane here. Let me see. Let me check something here. There might be something funny going on with the software. Let me see here. Why do we have El Ninos and I still? Even when I hit pick, even when I go like this, it still shows El Ninos over me. There's something going on here. Let me see what I hit. I see this pick. I see this one here. And now we're good. Now we're good. I don't know what it was, but now we're good. I must have done something crazy. All right, Shane, what's going on?
How's it going tonight, Tony?
Well, it was going fine until this technical mishap happened. I don't know what the heck I did, but anyway, here we go. Tonight it's 9 Eastern time as we have the Mavericks here to host the Warriors. The Mavericks here, 1.5, 215.5. You're going to be looking at a player prop here.
Yeah, I really like Klay Thompson to go under this total. If you've been following the parlay articles over at Sports Chat Place, you've seen I've taken the Klay Thompson under a lot in this series, and outside the last game, it's hit. But I'm going to take him under 19 and a half this game. In the last game he did get up to the 19 points, but he also hit 4 free throws, something that he doesn't really get to the line a lot. And he's taking those tough contested shots, and he's haven't been falling, like we were used to earlier in the career. I think I think he finishes with 15 or 16 points here. But I think the plus money here is too much to pass up. I'm going to take under 19.5 for Klay Thompson plus money.
All right, we got Shane here with Klay Thompson here under a total here of 19.5 points. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of the ball handling here with we're seeing Wiggins in there, where the Poole is getting a lot of handling the basketball, and yeah, you're right. Thompson just doesn't seem to be like the option that he was once in the past, especially with these new additions to the Warriors teams since Thompson had missed so much time.
Well, yeah, and I think honestly Thompson's shooting too much. With Poole and Wiggins having more success. Thompson doesn't need to be playing the hero ball. That those shots that were ridiculous early in his career that he's making. He's not making them now, but he's still shooting. Last game he was 3 for 10 from deep. That's too much shooting if you're only making 3 of them for Klay Thompson, with the rest of the Warriors making so many shots from deep.
Yeah, it seems like, yeah, that's right. That's exactly right there. All right, so Shane here on the Thompson here, under 19.5 points, plus 100. This one will have a start time 9 p.m. Eastern time over on TNT. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Premium for tonight. We're showing great profit here over the past 7 days. Doing fine work there. Of course, tonight we've got a good card for Major League Baseball. Still 15 games on the board here, 2 from the ice, 1 from the NBA. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I love this NBA game tonight. I've got my NBA Play of the Week, $34.99. Or also I have my sampler pack, which is my best MLB, best NBA, best NHL play for $39.99. Or hop on something long term. I went through a little lull last week with my MLB, but my MLB is back to plus on the season. I can plan on continuing that. My MLB has been strong. I'm going to continue that. So hop on, the rest of the season pass. You can get everything all the way from now through the World Series at a very affordable price. And instead of buying the individual plays, the long term is the way to go.
Certainly is, guys. Got on board with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dogs Premium, showing great results here the last 7 days. Of course, showing profit in baseball for this season. Get on board with Shane. He's got an NBA Play of the Week up there. Also a sampler at 3-pack up there. That includes his 3 best plays from Tuesday night. He takes his best bet here from NBA, NHL, and MLB, puts it together in a 3-pack, affordably priced for $39.99 in his sampler 3-pack. Of course, you can, if you're looking for baseball action, a 3-pack of baseball is available for you too. But instead of buying all these plays individually, Shane was mentioning the long-term pass is the way to go. You can choose a 3, 7, or 30-day all-sports pass. You get all of Shane's plays, premium plays for that period of time. When you go over to his handicapper page and you make that purchase, you can add a second capper with the 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there as well. If you're into baseball, he does have a full season up there as well. Full season pass, take you to the final pitch of the World Series. All right, Shane, it's always great having your show. Continue that success. And I know you mentioned that you do written contributions over to Sports Chat and Pick Dogs.
Yep, I do basically everything. Over at Pick Dogs, I do UFC and then basically every other sport. And then in Sports Chat Place, I do WNBA and then all the parlay articles.
And there you go. That's Shane Mickle. So follow him. Take a look to those articles over on the site. All right, Shane, have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk with you again in a couple days.
Sounds good. Have a good night, Tony.
You got it. Shane Mickle here on The Drive. Dude, let's continue our coverage, guys. If you missed any of the picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue now here on The Drive-Thru. Now it's time to welcome Rod Zawacky here to The Drive-Thru. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's been good to us here with his hockey picks this week. It's been money. Let's bring him in right now. Rod, what's happening?
Hey, not too much. Getting a little excited. I can't sit still.
That's right. That's right. Excitement here on the ice as the Oilers and Flames go at it again here. Oilers at home here. This one $1.15 on the Oilers side, total 6.5.
Yeah, you look at this series and just that last game didn't go over the total. And when you know why it didn't go over the total? Nobody scored any power play goals. And when you don't score power play goals, you're definitely not going to get over any totals whatsoever. Oilers 0 for 5, Calgary 0 for 4 on the power play. So we had no power play goals in game number 3. And that hasn't happened at all this year. You have to look all the way back to almost 9 games back that somebody hasn't scored a power play goal. We know that someone's going to be in the box because these teams definitely don't like each other. So we know they're going to be hitting and roughing, and definitely some penalties going to be taken. And I think we're definitely going to get more goals than just the 5 we got last time. So we're going to take the over 6.5. You look at the Oilers, They are 15-4 their last 19 as a home favorite to that over. And the over is also 6-2 the last 8 after the Oilers have held an opponent to 2 goals or less in the previous game. So I know as much as Smith has been playing the lights out the last 2 games, I think he lets 2 or 3 in here. And we get over the total as the last 7 meetings, 5-2 to that over between these two. So we're going to take the over 6.5. I think if we get some goals, I think both teams probably pop a couple of power play goals, and that easily helps us push this total up and over the 6.5.
All right, Rod, here on Oilers and Flames, over a total of 6.5 goals. Yeah, that's the ticket there with these Flames. They really had a big game 1, game 2, 3 goals in game 3. Just a single goal here, as you said. Yeah, they combined for 0-9 in the power play. As we mentioned before, these teams get in the box, right? They're I don't know, maybe some points a little undisciplined. They get a little carried away. I know it's okay to be tough, smart, but sometimes I see some tough, dumb play up there where they get a little too carried away with the physical play where it gets them in the box.
Well, yeah, exactly, because that's what happens. They both teams like to poke the bear, as we say. We're going to poke them a little bit, and that gets them riled up, and they always get the guy who's retaliating in the NHL, and that's how it goes. So both teams are definitely going to be in the box, and we're going to see some power plays, and no goals in the power plays between these two. Both teams are very offensive, averaging over 3 goals a game. And you look at Markstrom, it's kind of funny. Markstrom versus the rest of the NHL, he's got about a 2.6 goals against average. He's been lights out against the rest of the league. Against the Oilers, it's up over 4. So he's been averaging, giving up 4 goals a game for these Oilers. And you look, they've hit for it every time. So I think we're not going to get 5 goals. That's too low. Give us the over 6.5. Bookmakers had it right when they stuck it at 7, but not at 6.5. We'll take the over. I think we easily get there tonight in this one.
Oilers and Flames over a total of 6.5 goals. This one will have a start time 9:30 Eastern time. This one will be out over on ESPN. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight. We got 2 big hockey games and playoffs, and then being 15 still on the board. We got a couple starting in 5 minutes here, but still 15 on the board from MLB. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I'm going to do the same thing I did yesterday. I'm going to take my top play in each of the sports. I'm going to take my top play in the NBA, my top play in the NHL, and my top play in MLB. And we'll see if we can get back-to-back winning days. We had a nice winning day over yesterday, made some units. So let's tackle the book Tuesday. You get my best play in each of the 3 sports that are going right now. We head on over to Pick Dogs Premium. Or as we said, the best way to go, grab something 3-day, 7-day, even 30-day. Saves you more. Well, we win more. That's just how it rolls around here. That's the best way. Greatest savings to you. Or always just add my hockey package. $125. You can't go wrong. That's what we won yesterday. You almost would have paid for that with just yesterday's hockey alone. So I don't know where to pick Dogs Premium. Always an option over there. Many different ways to help beat your book and make us some money.
That's right. Get on board here with Rod Zawacky over at Pick Dogs Premium. Tackle the book Tuesday. Takes his best bet tonight from MLB, NBA, and NHL. Puts it together in a 3-pack, just $39.95. Very, very affordable pricing. Or if you prefer the long-term passes, Rod has that 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. You get his premium plays for that period of time. You go over to his handicapper page and make that purchase. If you're looking for a rest of the season pass, there's still a lot of hockey. We're just barely in this in the second round of these series. There's a lot of hockey left to be played, so a good time to get on board with Rod's NHL season pass for the rest of NHL. Just $125. So you got to put that in your basket when you pick up Rod's Tackle the Books Tuesday play. Just put that in the basket because that's a really good value there. You get the remainder of his NHL premium plays here, and there's a lot of hockey left, so good time to get on board with that. Now, on the long-term passes, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Rod, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me. Let's get ourselves a winner and go 2-0 to start the week here on our freebie plays here on the drive-thru. So jump aboard. I think we got another winner. I'm going to give you one quick bonus play. I think we get enough goals. We got no goals in the first period. Take the over 1.5 in this first period. I think both teams easily pop one in, and we get over the 1.5. If your book only gives it the 2, take the over 2 because I think we get enough goals in this first period. You guys over that one as well. Little bonus play for you.
There you go. Bonus play from Rod Zawacky. Appreciate that, Rod. Have yourself a great evening. We'll talk with you again tomorrow.
You too. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
You got it. Rod Zawacky
Bragging about our
on
win.
the drive-thru. That's right. Bragging about another win from Rod Zawacky on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue our coverage, guys. If you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the show. Now it's time for my picks. So let me bring up the game information. We're going to be looking at this Houston Astros game. Astros here and the Guardians as they have first pitch here at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We have the Astros 225. The total sits here at 8. I'm going to be here on the under the total of 8 runs. I've been really riding this under streak here with this Houston Astros team because we're getting really good starting pitching and really good bullpen relief. They're getting elite numbers. This may have been a premium, but Cleveland didn't have their pitcher. Well, we know it's Zach Plesac, but he was not penciled in as a starter in time for me to hit the pick deadline to make this a premium. So I had to go. I did not make this a premium. Again, I've been riding. If you go look at my pick history, you see I've been riding with premiums this Houston Astros under. One of the reasons why I've been having a really good baseball season, I've been able to isolate some of these under the radar trends that people are just kind of not paying attention to. And this is something I've been paying great attention to. There's another one out there you'll see when you look at my pick history. But anyway, Zach Plesac's going to start. We know his numbers are a little crooked on the ERA. WHIP is 1.34. Is a ground ball pitcher. Has given up some home runs. But we're going to be looking at Framber Valdez here to do the heavy lifting here. Valdez, 8 starts, ERA of 2.68, WHIP of 1.26. I know his strikeout rate is 20%, but he's getting 66% ground balls, and home runs are minimal. He has an increase in velocity. Cleveland is hitting only 202 against lefties, and as I said before, Houston is putting up elite numbers in their bullpen, and I really believe, and also the Astros, not a really strong offensive team either, so I don't see that their offensive production really put in much danger here to this total, as we've seen a lot of unders here from Houston this year. We're going to continue. The Guardians, Houston Astros, to go under total of 8 runs. This one will have a start time 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, guys, check out Pick Dogs Premium. As of last night, I set atop the leaderboard in the MLB at Pick Dogs, so you can get on board. I've got a 3-pack, my best bet from the NBA with 2 best bets from Major League Baseball, so you can get on board with that 3-pack. Also part of the 2-for-1 cap promotion with my long-term promotions. 3, 7, or 30-day all sports patch. You can pick up all my premium plays for that period of time. You select when you go over to my Handicapper page and make that purchase. Click the link in the description. You'll click premium picks, find the all cappers, and you'll find me there listed amongst the cappers and get on board. All right, let's continue on here with the drive-through. As promised, if we missed any of the picks, we're going to do a recap. So let's go ahead and let's do the recap. Let's bring up the show picks. We started off with Alex Smart. He likes Golden State plus 1.5 against the Mavericks. Tony Brown, Hurricanes, Rangers under 5.5 goals. El Ninos, Marlins here. Marlins game about to start here. He likes the first 5. Take the Marlins at plus half a run. First 5 minus 115 against the Rays. Shane Mickle says Klay Thompson under 19.5 points here at plus 100. Rod Zawacky, Oilers, Flames over 6.5. And yours truly here on the Guardians, Astros under 8. The one I like the most. Well, I like this Hurricanes, Rangers under 5.5. Number 1 scoring defense facing number 2 scoring defense. This is what we've got in all series has been unders. Let's do it again, under 5.5. That'll do it for this edition here of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow live, 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. We'll have 8 cappers booked on the show, giving out live free picks for the games in prime time. And don't forget, it all gets started every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. You got Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Then the morning show, Mitch, Rod Zawacky, Chris Ruffalo with free picks. A lot of betting discussions about the line moves, public fades. Of course, they do talk about industry news as well. Then we got the betting tools show as well as the soccer show leading up to our drive-thru here at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you like and subscribe. And you guys have a great evening out there. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from Nightwave. Good night to you guys. Have yourself a great night. Look at Rod Zawacky's shirt there. He's on the Oilers. Have yourself a great night. I'm not saying he's on as a premium pick or a pick. That's just he loves the Oilers. So that's not a reference to any of his picks he's given out, but just wanted to make that reference to his Oilers shirt. We'll be back again.